Welcome back to English Easy Learning, the podcast where we make English really simple. Hi everyone, I'm Sophie. Quick question before we even start. Have you ever opened your mouth to speak English and just nothing came out? Me too, once. Stick around, because by the end of today, that's going to change. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Can I ask you something? Honestly? Do you want to practice speaking English? But you have no one to talk to? No partner? No teacher? No friend who speaks English? Maybe you understand a little. You can read some words. But the moment you open your mouth to speak, nothing. Your mind goes completely blank. I know that feeling. And honestly, so many listeners tell me the exact same thing. But here's what I want you to know today. You don't need a partner. You don't need a classroom. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You can practice English alone at home every single day. And you only need 10 to 15 minutes. Today is day 1, and by the end of this episode, you're going to have a real plan. A simple plan that actually works. So let's get into it. Oh, and before we go, one small thing. Won't take you more than a few seconds. Follow or subscribe wherever you're listening. It will help us a lot. Think of one person right now who's trying to learn English alone. Send them this episode. It might improve their confidence. That's it. Follow, like, and share one.
First, let me tell you why most people stay stuck. They wait. They wait for a speaking partner. They wait for the right time. They wait until they feel ready. And while they're waiting, weeks become months, and nothing changes. I can hear some of you right now. But Sophie, I really don't have anyone to practice with. I know. That's exactly why I'm making this episode. Here's the truth. Speaking is a skill, not just knowledge. It's like riding a bike. You can watch 100 videos about cycling, but until you sit on that bike, you won't learn. Same with English. Your mouth needs to move. Your voice needs to come out. And here's the beautiful part. Your home is actually the best place to start. No pressure, no judgment, no one listening in. Just you, practicing, making mistakes safely, and getting a little better every day. I'm going to give you 3 simple methods today. Each one takes just a few minutes, and I'll tell you exactly how to do them, starting right now. But before the methods, one thing. Let me tell you about my student Amina. Amina was terrified of speaking English. She knew the grammar, she knew the vocabulary, but the fear was so strong that she stayed silent for years. Not weeks, years. One day I asked her, Amina, what's the worst thing that could happen if you make a mistake? She thought for a moment, and then she said, Nothing. Nothing bad would happen. I would just feel embarrassed. Exactly. The fear is in your head. The danger isn't real. And the moment Amina understood that, the moment she gave herself permission to sound imperfect, she started improving faster than ever before. Every mistake you make in English is proof that you were brave enough to try. The person who never makes mistakes? That's the person who never speaks. Okay, let's get into the actual techniques. The big one. The one we promised everyone. Speak out loud. even if you're alone, even if it feels strange. I know what some of you are thinking. That feels so weird. I hear you, but let me tell you about Maria. Maria was learning English for 2 years. She watched videos, she read books, she understood so much. But when someone asked her a simple question in English, silence. Why? Because she had never trained her mouth. Her brain knew the words, but her voice had never said them. One day, Maria changed one thing. She started speaking out loud at home. Just 5 simple sentences every morning. I am awake. I am making coffee. The weather is nice today. I feel good. I am ready. That's it. 5 sentences. But she said them loudly. Every single day. After 1 week, her voice was stronger. After 2 weeks, words came faster. After 1 month, she had her first real English conversation, and she didn't freeze. Here's the science, listeners. When you speak out loud, 3 things are working together. Your ears, your mouth, and your brain. That's triple the learning power of just thinking the words in your head. Triple. Now, your turn. Don't just sit there nodding. Speak with us. Repeat out loud. That's how English gets into your blood. Ready? Say it with me. Loudly. I don't care if your neighbor hears you. I am learning English. I am practicing alone. I am getting better every day. I am not afraid to make mistakes. I am proud of myself. Beautiful. You just practiced speaking English. Alone, at home, and nobody judged you. Nobody corrected you. See the power? That's solo practice. Okay, here's the fun part. Some of you just did that, and you felt a little silly, I know. And some of you are still sitting there, lips closed, thinking, I'll do it later. Later is a trap, listeners. Later means never. If you didn't say those sentences out loud, pause this right now and say them. I'll wait. Got it? Good. Now let's level up. This next method feels a little strange at first, I'll be honest. But it is so powerful. Talk to yourself in the mirror. I do this. My students do this. And let me tell you about David. David was afraid of speaking English because he thought he sounded nervous when he talked. He'd mumble. His voice would get quieter and quieter until it disappeared. And the more he avoided it, the more nervous he became. Then he tried the mirror technique. Every evening, before brushing his teeth, he stood in front of his mirror and talked for 2 minutes. At first, he just said his name. Hi, my name is David. I'm from Brazil. I'm learning English. Simple, right? But here's what happened. He could hear his own voice clearly, no distractions. And slowly, his brain stopped being afraid of how he sounded. After 2 weeks, David was speaking more clearly. After a month, his voice stopped shrinking in real conversations. All because he practiced alone, out loud, in front of a mirror. Here's why it works. Hearing yourself speak, again and again, builds a memory of you being a confident English speaker. And the more you hear it, the more your brain believes it. That's the power. Repetition. Your turn tonight. Stand in front of your mirror and say 3 things. 1. Your name and where you're from. 2. One thing you did today. 3. One thing you will do tomorrow. Short sentences are better in the beginning. They build speed and confidence. Don't pressure yourself to be perfect. Now, I can hear some of you saying, Sophie, this all sounds great, but I'm busy. I don't have time. Let me ask you something. How much time did you spend on your phone today? 10 minutes? 20? An hour? You have time. You just haven't made speaking a priority yet, and that changes today. Think of it like watering a plant. A little water every day and it grows. Dump a bucket once a month and forget about it? It dies. Your English is the plant. 10 minutes, that's all. Okay, this third method is my personal favorite, and it's probably the most powerful one for building fluency. It's called shadowing. You listen, then you repeat. Copy everything: the words, the rhythm, the tone. Stop treating English like a subject. Start treating it like a sport. You wouldn't learn football by reading about it. You'd go outside and kick the ball. Same with English. You shadow, you repeat. You train your mouth to move the way English speakers move. Let me show you how it works. I'm going to share a short story. After each sentence, I'll pause. You repeat it out loud. Match my rhythm. Match my tone. Ready? Yesterday, I woke up early. The sun was shining through my window. I made a cup of coffee and sat by the window. I felt peaceful. I felt happy. Then I thought, today is going to be a good day. Excellent! You just shadowed me. You listened, you paused, and you repeated. This trains your brain to connect listening with speaking. And the more you do it, the more natural English starts to feel. Let's go again. Round 2. A little faster this time. Last week, I decided to try something new. I went to a park near my house. There were children playing and dogs running. I sat on a bench and just watched. It was the most peaceful moment of my whole week. Beautiful! See how it gets easier the second time? That's your brain and mouth starting to work together. Now, let me tell you about Kenji. Kenji shadowed English audio every day for 10 minutes. At first, he couldn't keep up. His pronunciation wasn't perfect. But he didn't stop. After 3 months, his speaking had improved more than in the previous 2 years of studying grammar books. Not because he learned more rules, but because he trained his mouth. You already know this. It lives inside you. You just need to let it out. One more round. I'm going to say 5 sentences about a challenge, and I want you to feel the emotion in your voice. Don't just repeat the words. Repeat the feeling. I was so nervous before my presentation. My hands were shaking. My heart was beating fast. But I took a deep breath and started speaking. After the first minute, the fear melted away. I finished, and I realized I can do this. Listeners, say it out loud. Your turn. Go back and do that one again if you need to. There's no rush. Okay, let's bring it all together. Method 1. Speak 5 simple sentences out loud every morning. Method 2. Talk to yourself in the mirror for 2 minutes every evening. Method 3. Shadow a short audio. Listen, pause, repeat for a few minutes every day. That's maybe 10 to 15 minutes total. You have that time. I know you do. But here's the most important thing, and I want you to really hear this. Consistency beats intensity. Every single time. 10 minutes every day is worth more than 2 hours once a week. Why? Because your brain learns language through repetition over time, not through one big stressful session. Think of it like going to the gym. One 3-hour workout on Saturday won't give you muscles, but 20 minutes every day? That changes your body. Same with English. Same with your voice. Mistakes are data. They tell you exactly what to work on next. So don't be afraid of them. Before we wrap up day 1, I want to share one more story. There was a learner named Priya. Priya joined this podcast about 6 months ago. She was a day 1 listener, just like you. She had no speaking partner. She lived in a small town where nobody spoke English. And she felt stuck. But Priya started doing exactly what I'm teaching you today. 5 sentences in the morning, 2 minutes in the mirror, shadowing every evening. 10 to 15 minutes, that's all. 3 months later, Priya wrote to me. She said, "Sophie, I had my first English conversation yesterday. It was short. It wasn't perfect, but the other person understood me, and I understood them. For the first time in my life, I felt like an English speaker. That's what I want for you, and it starts today, right now. Because here's what I've learned from teaching thousands of learners. The only difference between the person who speaks English and the person who doesn't is that the person who speaks English started before they felt ready." Oh, and before we go, 3 small things. Won't take you more than a few seconds. 1. If this episode helped even a little, follow or subscribe wherever you're listening so day 2 lands right in your feed. I don't want you to miss it. If you've got 10 seconds, leave a quick rating or review. It sounds small, but it's how other lonely English learners, people just like you were an hour ago, actually find this show. Think of one person right now who's trying to learn English alone. Send them this episode. You practicing together, even from 2 different cities, still counts as practicing together.